pleasant good evening, everyone. Hometown Cable Sports presents Plattsburgh High School Hockey. Tonight, the Hornets, with an 11-6 record, winners of 9 in a row and 10 of the last 11, take on the Seton Catholic Knights. Seton 9-6 in the season and losers of their last 4. Hello, everyone. I'm Rick Knowles. Joining me on the broadcast tonight, former Plattsburgh High School hockey standout Phil Hewitt. Phil, what can we expect in tonight's game?
Well, Rick, I think tonight it's going to be a very fast-paced, hard-checking game. As long as both teams can stay out of the penalty box, it's going to be up and down the rink, very quick-paced.
Now, a game between Seton and Plattsburgh always generates a lot of anticipation from the crowd. You expect a big crowd tonight?
Definitely. I think there's going to be quite a large crowd, possibly the largest of the season for both teams. They're going to be very loud, and we're going to see that in about 10 minutes.
This is a very key game tonight for Plattsburgh. Talking to some of the players and coaches before the game, the 9-game winning streak means nothing unless they make it number 10 against Seton. You played in a lot of games with Plattsburgh High School back when they were St. John's. This is basically a St. John's team. No MAI players currently still on this roster. Do you have any special memories from when you played against St. John's, the Plattsburgh-St. John's rivalry?
Yes, my biggest memory, Rick, was my senior year. I started with the varsity as a sophomore and played 3 years, never beating St. John's once. And it came down to the second to last game of the season, my senior year, before we were finally able to beat them. And at that time, they had, I believe it was a 62-game conference winning streak. That's my biggest memory at Plattsburgh High against Seton.
Now, one of the strong points for Plattsburgh High School has been their outstanding goaltending, the duo of Pat O'Neill and Rob Dandro. Tonight, Phil, Rob Dandro gets the start. Tell us about him.
Rob Dandro is definitely a very good goalie, probably, if not the best, one of the top 3 in the Northern Athletic Conference. He's a good stand-up goalie, and Pat O'Neill fills right in right behind him. They got the best goalie tandem in the conference by far.
As we said, once again, Dandro will get the start tonight, and the Plattsburgh goaltenders have been on a roll. They were recently in a tournament in Malone. Both O'Neill and Dandro played full games, and they posted double shutouts.
Yeah, that's outstanding, Rick. And one of the keynotes also is, Plattsburgh defense obviously is very strong. They haven't given up more than 3 goals in a game in over the past month, that's outstanding for high school hockey.
When you talk about strength and defense, the 2 people that Plattsburgh look to been the outstanding play of Paul Sherman and Bryce Digman. They've got to play a key factor tonight.
Yep, they're going to be very key tonight. They're going to have to keep the Seton forwards slowed down. As soon as they come out into the neutral zone, the defense and the forwards back-checking are going to have to knock Seton off the puck immediately. They can't let them get inside the blue line at all.
Another key factor that has been a big turnaround, and an important player who was missing the last time Plattsburgh High School took on Seton. He was out with a game misconduct from the previous game. Eric Reed has been moved to forward from defense. Now, this is a move that the coaches are pointing to as the key factor in Plattsburgh's big winning streak.
Very big move on the coach's part. Eric Reed is on a good streak. He's an outstanding forward. He's an outstanding defenseman, but he's definitely helped Plattsburgh High School out quite a bit, and since he's been moved to forward, they've gone on the 9-game winning streak.
This is one of the few times, Phil, that Plattsburgh High School and Seton have gotten together over probably the past 6 or 7 years, where you would say Plattsburgh comes into the game probably favored to win.
You're right. I don't know by how much, but it's very close. I don't want to pick either way. It's that close of a game. I think we're going to have an outstanding game, Rick. It's going to come right down to the final seconds of the third period, I believe.
Well, you take a look at one of the common opponents that they both played these teams within the past couple of weeks. Seton lost to the Northwood B team by a score of 3-2. The game was played here at the Crate Center, while at home, Plattsburgh up at the Fieldhouse defeated Northwood 5-3.
I'm sure some of the players definitely are taking that into effect. We always used to look back on games. It's not a good idea to do it because now's the time tonight. All the marbles are here in the hockey rink tonight. We're going to play 45 minutes of hockey, and we're going to see who comes out with a victory.
And another key factor for Plattsburgh, Phil, looking at the column where Plattsburgh lists their injuries, this is the first time in quite some time that there are no names there. Plattsburgh has a full deck of 52 cards, and Don Pomeroy and Rob Knowles are ready to play them all tonight.
Yeah, it's a good key factor right there, too. The thing that I like about this, Rick, is both teams are at full strength, so no matter who wins or who loses, the better team will walk off the ice with a victory tonight.
We expect to have a heck of a game. The fans are pouring in, and we're going to have it for you right here on Hometown Cable. It's the Seton Catholic Knights and the Plattsburgh High School Hornets. You're watching Plattsburgh High School Hockey on Hometown Cable. As we said, Plattsburgh been on a roll as of recent. Their 9-game winning streak started up at the Cougar Dome in Northeastern, where they defeated Cougars in Northeastern Clinton 7-4. Plattsburgh then defeated Watertown by a score of 7-2. Malone came to the field house and came away a loser as the Hornets defeated the Huskies 6-3. Plattsburgh then at the field house defeated the Northwood B team 5-3. Hornets then traveled to Saranac Lake, where they were defeated 5-2, or where the Redskins were defeated 5-2. Plattsburgh wins that game. Then at Watertown, Plattsburgh 7-2 winners. Home at the Fieldhouse 5-1 over Ogdensburg Free Academy. A game that surprised many people because earlier in the season, Ogdensburg had shut out the Hornets 6-0. And then their most recent 2 games, a 4-0 shutout of Clarkstown South from Long Island, and a 5-0 win over Lake Placid, and the Hornets taking the championship of the Malone tournament. 11-6 on the season. The Hornets were 2-6 in December, but it's been a different story in the month of January. 9-0. Seton, as we said, they've been on a losing streak. They lost to Northwood 3-2, lost to Albany Academy 9-5, lost to Potsdam 5-4, and were beaten by Glens Falls 3-2. Their record in the season, 9-6. The last meeting of these 2 teams, December 19th, at the Fieldhouse, and Seton defeated Plattsburgh 4-2, but Plattsburgh was without Eric Reed in that game. As we said, no injuries for the Hornets tonight. That's one of the few times all season that Plattsburgh has been able to say that. Forward lines for Plattsburgh tonight. The top line, the red line as it's called by the coaches, will be Darren Bebo, Eric Reed, and Zach Zuckerman. The goal line will be Sean Rasco, Jeff Lattenville, and Marco Bucci, with the blue line being Corey Lucas, Ryan Miller, and Mike Boutsayat. Starting defensive pairs, Paul Sherman and Scott Lucken, and Bingman. They're now announcing the starting lineups. Paul Sherman starts at 1 of the defensive pair. And number 14, Scotty Lucken. Lucken coming back from injury, and he's now back at 100%. Starting forward line for Plattsburgh will be Jeff Lattenville, number 24. Lattenville's a senior. Number 10, Sean Rasco, also a senior, will start at center. And Marco Bucci, number 20. Bucci is also a senior. Starting tonight for Seton, no surprise, Jean Bernard will get the start. Transfer from Northeastern Clinton. Starting defensive pair will be Jeff Wood, number 23, and number 19, Chad Sample. Starting forward line for Seton Catholic will be Mario Duhamel, number 20. Chad Cassidy, number 7, is the second forward. And rounding out the line, number 13, Scott Campbell. And before we start tonight's game, we take time out to honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Phil, we've got a fairly decent crowd tonight. They're still coming in. You can really feel the electricity in the Crate Center tonight.
Definitely. There's a good-sized crowd here, Rick, tonight. Electricity's flowing, and we're just about to get underway. I think one of the keys also for this game tonight, Rick, I forgot earlier, was whoever gets the first goal. That's my prediction. That's going to be a very important key to that team. Plattsburgh gets it, then they'll be in good shape. Seton gets it, they're going to be in good shape. First goal is a very important fact.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Pick a winner.
Oh, I guess you did put me on the spot. Oh boy, Rick, I don't know. It's tough. They're so evenly matched right now, it's hard to say.
That's all I'm getting out of it. I'm picking a 3-3 overtime tie.
I would say I'll go with the 3-3, and it's going to be a tie, I would say.
You've obviously been watching Brent Musburger. He always picks a tie. So we're ready to go. The Hornets and the Knights in what can be called probably the biggest game of the year for Plattsburgh. Platteville takes the draw against Duhamel. The puck controlled by the Knights. Wood sends it to the far side. It's intercepted there by Lattenville. He moves in. Bucci open in front. And Lattenville can't find the pass to get it to him. Now Seton comes out with it. Cassidy sends it up to center. Now in on a break is Campbell. Right there to break it up. We're going to have an early penalty called on Plattsburgh, as Campbell was hooked, and Paul Sherman will pick up a penalty just 18 seconds into the game.
No, I believe that's going to be Sean Rasco. No, it is Paul Sherman going in. Well, it was a good play by Paul Sherman. There's not much you can do. They had, looked like Scott Campbell break in. He was going in all by himself. Good penalty right there.
It looks as though we're going to have a fairly wide open start here as both teams up and down the ice. Did you expect such wide open play early on?
Definitely. It's going to be like that all night long.
Now the Knights on the power play. Comes back to the point where Campbell spins around. Now he sends it into the corner. Cassidy after it. The puck comes back, and Plattsburgh's Bucci sends it down ice. Bernard plays it up to Campbell. Now Campbell sends it to the near side for Mickey Gibo. Drops it back to Campbell. Crossing the blue line, Campbell moves in, waits, dishes it off. Now the puck comes back to Campbell. Near side pass, that's John Wood. Now back to Campbell. Wood spins around, sends it behind the net. Cassidy picks it into the corner. Now it comes back to Wood. Seton very patient on the power play. Wood controls at the top of the face-off circle. Drops it back for Campbell. Now Wood winds up with a shot. They score! Wood took the shot, but Cassidy was there to deflect it home, and early Seton jumps on top 1-0.
That was a very nice power play by Seton. They took their time. They set the play up. There wasn't much Plattsburgh High could do with a man down right there. Very nice power play on Seton's behalf.
Cassidy will get credit from the goal, or on the goal, from John Wood. And this is the last thing Plattsburgh wanted to happen, was get behind early.
Definitely. That was only under 2 minutes into the game, but being so early, they haven't had a chance to get all their lines out there yet. Here we go with another break.
Here comes Seton. It's moved in, and the pass went wide. It was attempted to be put on Matt Juneau's stick. Now behind the net, Luckin tries to clear it up. Reed gets it for the Hornets. Reed takes it to center, dumps it into the Seton zone. Zuckerman will go after it. Also there is Gibo for the Knights. Puck kept in by Bebo. Now Bebo moves in, can't control it, and the Knights clear it to center. Sherman chases after it, passes it up to Reed. Now Reed steps over the blue line, moves in, stops, centering pass, no one there but the Knights. It comes back to the point. Sherman winds up, shot is blocked, and here come the Knights. This is Paul Pendleton. Crossing the blue line, winds up, shot just wide. Now the puck comes all the way out to center. Reed sends it. That's broken up by the Knights, dumped back into the Plattsburgh zone where Sherman will pick it up. 12:40 to go in the opening period. The Knights lead it 1-0. Now bodies fall on the near side. Duhamel with the puck for the Knights. He tried to center it to Cassidy, but it was broken up. Now behind the net, Miller is there to clear it around. Miller's hauled down in the play by Cassidy, and the Knights will pick up a penalty. Cassidy had a hold of Miller, and it'll even up now, possibly.
Good call by the ref right there, yes. Now we're going to go back with Plattsburgh High in the power play. We're going to see what they can do this early in the game.
2:36, and it'll give the Hornets the man advantage as they try to tie this game. Plattsburgh sends out the forward line of Lattonville, Bucci, and Rasko with a defensive pair of Dingman and Dahl. Face-off controlled by the Hornets. That's Dingman. Near side pass to Dahl. Up ice, Rasko moves in. As Bucci open on the left, gets it to Lattonville. And nicely broken up. Centering pass goes in front. Bucci scores! So Plattsburgh answers the Seton call with a goal of their own, and we're going to have a good one tonight.
Plattsburgh High set up the power play perfect, just as Seton did a couple minutes ago. I'd like to take back the final score that we were talking about earlier, Rick, saying
this goal comes at 2:53. People get credit for it. We'll get assists. And the only question now is, will the boys hold up for 45 minutes of this? Now the Knights control it. Dingman plows into his man. It's taken there by John Wood. Wood moves in, looks for the man open in front. It's Pendleton. Now behind the net, the puck controlled by the Knights, broken up there by Dingman. It comes back to the point for Duquette, jumps over his stick. Here come the Hornets. Bucci moving in. Tried to get it to Reed. Now St. Presley score! And it's 2-1 Plattsburgh! Bucci shot it from the corner and went in off the goaltender's skate. Holy cow!
That's going to be a letdown for St. John's right there, the goalie Bombard. That was not a direct shot on goal. It deflected in, but we're early, Rick.
She will get it unassisted. Now the Knights dump it into the Plattsburgh zone. Sherman goes after it for the Hornets. Sends it over to the far side where it's picked up by Reed. Now Reed puts it right onto the stick of Wood. Wood's shot is blocked. Nice play by Paul Sherman to block Wood's shot. Now Reed brings it up for the Hornets. End-to-end action here at the Crate Center. It's dumped into the corner. Zuckerman goes after it for Plattsburgh. Puck comes back to the point. Juneau tries to clear it out. Now Reed for the Hornets dumps it in. Plattsburgh clears. Wood sent it behind Chad Sample. He sends it around the goal. Reed gets to it there for Plattsburgh. Now the puck goes behind the net where Sample tries to clear once again. This time it's broken up by Zuckerman. Now Zuckerman loses it, and here come the Knights. Juneau with the puck. His pass went off the skate of John Wood, and the Hornets come out with it. Reed moves in, winds up, shot blocked. Puck comes right back out in front and nearly deflects in. Now the puck is sent down to the Plattsburgh zone. Dingman chases after it. He clears it out. They tie it up at the near boards. Puck comes out to center now, and Corey Lucas comes in. Now Miller for the Hornets. Brings it inside. He's hauled down on the play by Mickey Gibo. Centering pass broken up. Puck cleared around to the far side. Dahl comes in nicely to keep it in. It's taken to the corner by John Duquette. Now we're going to have a penalty on the Knights. Another Hornet power play. As Kupal came in and plowed into Corey Lucas from behind.
Yeah, that wasn't a good penalty at all right there. Kupal's part. Good on Lucas's part, holding back. There was like a little bit of anticipated pushing right there ahead of the time.
So another Hornet power play. Hitting from behind the call on Todd Kupal. Hornets 1 for 1 on the power play so far. Face-off is to the right of Jean Bernard. Lattonville takes the draw for the Hornets. It comes back to the point. Shot from Dingman goes wide. Rasko gets to it for Plattsburgh. He waits. Sends it back to the point for Dahl, who gets it back to Rasko. He moves in, bothered by Cassidy. He tries to clear, but Dingman gets to it first. Now inside for Bucci. Bucci moves in, gets it to Rasko. He can't get off the shot. Now Rasko gets the puck back. Shot, kick save by Bernard. Bucci gets it for the Hornets. Back to the point. Dingman fakes a shot. Gets it back to Bucci. Goes over his stick into the corner for Lattenville. Lattenville does a pirouette, falls down, and the Knights try to clear it out, but Dingman's there to keep it in. Now Bucci for Rasko, but it was behind him, and the Knights come out with it. Seton content to dump it into the Plattsburgh zone. Campbell goes after it with Dahl. Campbell gets to it first. The man was open in front, Cassidy. The puck ends up on the mesh behind the net, and the faceoff will be brought outside the Plattsburgh blue line. End-to-end fantastic action in what has turned out so far, Phil, to be a game exactly as what we expected. The crowd's into it, the players are into it, and it's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a very good game with one problem. Both teams are hitting very hard. Stuff. We don't want any penalties, obviously. It's showing right now on the power play.
And if we can get our cameraman, Rod Sherman, to film down to the benches, neither team is sitting down. Both teams standing up behind the benches. They are ready for this one. 23 seconds to go in the Plattsburgh power play. Reed has the puck for the Hornets. He's bothered on the play by John Wood. Pendleton is there to try to knock him off the puck. Reed dumps it in. It's controlled by the Knights. They come out with it. 10 seconds to go in the Seton penalty. Pendleton crosses the blue line, dumps it behind the goaltender. Sherman gets to it first. He gets it to Scott Lucken. Now up to Reed. Reed's pass was too far for Bebo. They wave off the icing. Both teams back at full strength. Sample sent it around behind the net. Sherman came in to keep it in. Wood didn't see the puck. Now he does. He sends it down ice. It'll go right on to Dandro. He makes the easy stop, leaves it for Lucken. Now it's up for Zuckerman. Near side pass for Reed. Reed moves in, tried to move around the defenseman Wood and couldn't do it. Centering pass, bounces up. Bernard tries to poke it away. Once again, Bernard struggles with a pass that comes from behind the net. Now here come the Knights. That's Campbell with the puck. Taking it into the corner. He loses control. It comes back to the point for Duquette. His shot went high and wide. His shot is blocked, and Reed chases after it. He'll have to get to it quickly, but icing will be called. Bebo tried to find Reed there breaking out, but it was just a bit too far for him.
It was a nice attempt. Good attempt right there. Reed was going full speed. He would have been in on his own if he had caught the pass, but it was a little too hard.
7 minutes, 31 seconds in the first period. Plattsburgh with Dingman. With it for Plattsburgh. Passes it over to Dahl. Dahl sends it down ice. No one there for Plattsburgh. Goes through the crease, so icing is waved off. Taken behind the net and sent around by Duquette. Puck comes all the way out to center. Dahl dumps it back in. Plattsburgh clears the zone. Controlled by the Knights. Now a shot in from Duquette. Dandro makes the glove save. Drops it for Dahl. Now sent behind the net for Dingman. Back to Dahl. 6:50 to go, opening period. Puck comes out to center. Bucci for the Hornets. Kicks it up for Rasko, but it was broken up by the Knights. Now Dingman behind the net. Tried to get it up to Bucci. And he and Alex Carter. Dingman gets the puck back. Now Bucci crosses the blue line. Passes it up to Rasko. He dives after it. Gets it to Rasko. And Rasko can't control it. Plattsburgh makes a line change. Puck intercepted by Seton, and here come the Knights. Seton content to dump it in. Now here comes Bucci for the Hornets. Crossing the blue line. Gets the pass in front of the net, but it went wide. Now Miller tried to keep it in, but he took the man instead and came out with a puck. Shot from Alex Carter from long distance is stopped by Dandro. Now the puck goes into the corner where it's taken by Corey Lucas. He can't clear. Shot from the Knights went wide. Into the corner, Alex Carter sends it around back of the net, but it's intercepted by Ryan Miller. Miller passes it up, and Lucas's pass went behind Bucci. Now Miller gets it back for Plattsburgh. Dumps it in. Bootsiet goes after it with Jeff Wood. Lucas also there to help out. Lucas takes a punch at Jeff Wood and will get a penalty. You talk about penalties. You're looking at one right there.
Yeah, that wasn't a good penalty at all, Rick. He took a swing right back at him after they went into the corner and got hit. Not a good penalty. This time in a 2-1 game, this could hurt right here.
So we'll see the Knights on the power play. They scored their lone goal of the game thus far on the power play. It came at 1:40. Now we're also going to have a penalty called on Seton. So they give Jeff Wood a penalty as well. That's surprising because I thought they just saw Lucas throw the punch.
Well, that's all I saw, Rick. I'm a little surprised right now that Seton's got a player in the box myself, unless it's something that happened after the whistle.
So we'll be playing 4-on-4 with 5.5 to go in the period. Now Reed for the Hornets. He falls down. Still Bebo gets it. Shot went wide. Dingman will hustle to keep it in. He does. Sends it around behind the net. It's controlled by the Knights. Far side, John Duquette with it. He passes it up, but it's intercepted by Dingman. Dumped back in by the Knights. Now Reed controls it for Plattsburgh. His pass was broken up by John Wood. Wood moving in, gets around one man, but there to break it up is Dahl. Dahl sends it behind his own net for Dingman. Dingman tries to clear. Weak pass. Gibo stops it at the blue line. Shot went wide. Now Duquette rushes in to keep it in. He can't do it, but Wood does. His shot went wide. And finally, Plattsburgh manages to clear it out. 2-1 the score. 4:20 to go opening period from the Crate Center. Mickey Gibo brings it up for the Knights. He dumps it in as Seton makes a line change. It's controlled behind the net by Scott Luckin. Now Luckin up to Rasco. Now Bucci crosses the blue line. One's up shot. Glove saved by Bernard, but he handled it poorly as it bounced off his glove behind the net. Rasco controls it. There to bother him is Lamoureux. Rasco falls. Lamoureux comes out with the puck. Rushing in to keep it in was Sherman. Now it comes out to Luckin. He gets it up for Rasco. Now to Bucci. Bucci moves in. Couldn't control the puck. Centered it for Rasco, but it was too far for him. Back to the point now for Sherman. He sends it in front of the net, but it's broken up by the Knights. And here comes Cassidy. Crossing the blue line. Has Campbell with her. Cassidy can't do anything with it as the Hornets are there to break it up. Here comes Bucci. Around one man. Drops it in front. No one there in black. Now Lattenville tried to send it back to the point, but it was broken up. Here comes Campbell after it with Sherman. Paul gets to it first and sends it up to center ice. Now Sample dumps it in for the Knights. 3 minutes to go opening period. Now Cassidy with the puck for Seton. He's knocked off it by Sherman. Puck sent up to center. Eric Reed gets to it there. Moves around one man, gets off a weak shot, and Bernard makes the kick save. It goes into the corner for Zuckerman. He's knocked down. Duhamel takes it behind the net. Reed comes after the puck. He sent it back to the point, but Dahl was headed toward the net. Miscommunication there on the part of the Hornets. Now here comes Juneau for Seton. Has Wood open in front. Shot, glove save! Went off the glove of Dandro. That was headed for the open corner. Now here comes Zuckerman for Plattsburgh. Gets it over to Bebo. Now Bebo with the puck. That looked like it was offside. Zuckerman in the corner. He's knocked off the puck by Duquette. Then I try to come out with it. Dingman tries to send it up, but there to keep it in was Duquette. He shot, saved Dandro. Rebound, and Dandro dives on it. John Wood was parked right in the goal crease there to put on the rebound. Dandro's come up big.
Nice save right there by Rob Dandro. Seton was coming in with a 3-on-2 right there, and it was a beautiful save right there.
Draw is controlled by Seton, comes back to the point shot, saved by Dandro. Puck goes in behind the net. Dahl has it for Plattsburgh. Now up for Zuckerman. He put it onto the stick of Juno. Centering pass. Tried to get it back to Juno, but there to break it up was Bebo. Now the puck comes out to center. Controlled by the Knights. Juno shot it in. Puck goes to the stick of John Wood. Now Wood sends it back. No one there but black shirts. They call offside on the play. 1 minute, 18 seconds to go in the opening period. Plattsburgh leads it 2-1. And Phil, when was the last time you saw this much noise and this much fan enthusiasm in a high school hockey game?
It's definitely been a few years, Rick. It's been a couple of years. There is a large crowd here. I'd say at least almost 3/4 of the Crate Center's full.
Face-off will be just outside the Plattsburgh blue line. Dumped in by Campbell. Sherman there to break it up. Bootsy at center. Crosses the blue line. Faked a shot. Tries to move around Jeff Wood. Now it's left for Lucas. Centering pass. Bernard stops it with a glove. Now it bounces out front. And the Knights send it up to center. Less than a minute to go in the opening period. Luckin passes it up to Lucas, but it's broken up there by Duhamel. He winds up. Shot blocked by Luckin. Bounces to it first for the Knights. Puck comes out from behind the net, and Ryan Miller gets to it. Now Plattsburgh manages to out. Seton dumps it in. Sherman takes it behind the net for the Hornets. Passes it up for Bootsy at 25 seconds to go in the period. Bootsy crosses the blue line, checked on the play by Campbell. Loses control of the puck. It comes back to Paul Sherman. Now Bootsy with it. 15 seconds to go. Centering pass is broken up nicely by Jeff Wood. Penalty coming up on Plattsburgh. Bootsy dumped Wood in front. And Seton will have a power play. They'll get 7 seconds of it here to close out the first. Well, the last thing Plattsburgh wants to do is start taking penalties in the offensive zone.
Yeah, that's definitely not a good place to take a penalty. It's going to work in Seton's favor, too. They're going to have 7 seconds here at the end of the first period, but they're going to come out in the second period right at the beginning and have power play right off the bat.
Face-off controlled by the Knights, and they're not going to have enough time to get anything started here. The Hornets come off the ice with vigorous applause from their fans. After one period of play, Phil, the Hornets lead at 2-1, and I think the coaching staff of Plattsburgh has got to be fairly pleased. They did take some penalties there that may prove costly.
Yes, I think the best place in the hockey rink for this intermission right now would be inside the locker room to hear what both coaches from both teams have to say. Really, both teams are playing well. If any fault at all, I think they've got to cut down on the penalties, both teams. And both teams need to take more shots on goal because I think it's going to come down to the goalies making the saves or letting one slip by that's going to decide the game.
I don't think Mike Dandro is going to be a happy man in that Seton locker room because after that first goal, Seton seemed fairly flat with very few offensive scoring chances.
Yes, that's true. I definitely wouldn't want to be in there right now when Mike Dandro gets yelling because when he yells, the walls shake.
You sound like you've heard it firsthand.
Well, I was outside of the room one day when he was yelling, and I heard it. That's close enough.
All right, let's get to wrap up the first period. Once again, from the Crate Center, it's Plattsburgh 2 and the Knights 1. You're watching Plattsburgh High School Hockey on Hometown Cable.
Two, 3 minutes. No doubt, both teams have got to get a lot more shots on goal. At least 10 a period.
I think the most shocking thing we've seen so far is that our fans down and even directly below us completed the wave.
That's what's good about this high school rivalry right here. They turn it into a family outing.
As we're set to start the second period. 2-1, Plattsburgh leads it. Seton on the power play, 4-minute 22. Knights control it off the face-off. Cassidy brings it in over the blue line. Sends it into the corner. Campbell goes after it for Plattsburgh. He can't keep it in and takes it back to center. Passes it near side for Gibo. Gibo finds Jeff Wood. He moves in. Shot goes wide. Comes back for Gibo. He moves in. Winds up shot. Glove save. Dando. Puck bounces toward the goal. And the last second is Robbie Dandro. Seton starting out with some nice pressure.
Yes, that was another nice save by Rob Dander right there. Seton getting the shots on goal right away, though. I saw two right there within 3 seconds. That's going to be a key to this game.
Plattsburgh makes the line change. Dahl takes the face-off against John Wood. Draw control by Seton. Comes back to the point for Campbell. Reed dives after it. Now Cassidy can't get off a backhand shot. And here comes Bebo for Plattsburgh. Passes it up for Reed and went off his skate. Now Seton has it behind the net. Reed comes in, steals it away. Passes it to Bebo, and there to break it up was Wood of Seton. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Campbell brings it in for the Knights. He's knocked on the play by Reed, and Plattsburgh sends it down. 10 seconds to go in the power play. We got a collision into the corner. Bebo ran into the goaltender. Who are they calling this, Phil? Are they calling this on the goaltender?
I believe it's on the goaltender. That was an absolute... That is as bad a penalty as you can get right there. Good call by the referee. Goalie had no right being over there and had no right doing that.
Bebo and Bernard collided. Cassidy is going to serve the penalty. And Bernard gets the penalty for roughing. So in 4 seconds, Phil, Plattsburgh will have a power play. They're 1 for 2 so far. And Pomeroy has got 2/3 of his top line out there now, and he'll make the change when Butsiet comes on. Now the Plattsburgh penalty is killed off. Plattsburgh now with a man advantage. Puck taken behind the net by John Duquette of Seton. He tried to clear, but Dahl was there to keep it in. Bucci gets it for Plattsburgh. He tried to pass it in front to Lattenville. Dahl kept it in at the point, gets around one man, falls down, penalty coming up on Seton. And boy, give Mike Dahl a 10. Give him a 10 for taking a dive on that one.
Yeah, to say the least, I'd almost go as far as 11 on that.
Holy cow, Plattsburgh gets a gift penalty there as Mike Dahl took a dive right in front of the official, and he called it. 2-man advantage for Plattsburgh. A minute 7 to go in the first penalty on the goaltender. That's Cassidy is serving. Now the puck is controlled by Rasko. Back to the point for Dahl. Now Rasko at the top of the face-off circle. Gets it to Dahl, near side for Dingman. Dingman winds up, shot is blocked by Duquette. Now Dahl gets it. Passes it to Bucci, back to Rasko, and it was behind him. And here comes Campbell. Campbell coming in for Seton. Diving to block it up was Dahl. And here comes Plattsburgh. Lattenville goes after it. Gets it to Rasko. Moving in. Knocked down on the play. Puck goes on the Bucci stick. 30 seconds to go. 2-man. Rasko can't get off a shot. Now Seton tries to clear. Dingman keeps it in. Sends it in for Bucci. Centering pass went behind Lattenville. Rasko picks it up. Lattenville can't keep it in, but Dingman does. Far side for Dahl. He winds up. Takes a shot. Kick save by Bernard. Seton clears it down ice as Duquette sends it to Dandro. 8 seconds to go in the two-man advantage for Plattsburgh. Now Reed at center. Seton gets one of the defenders back. And Wood sends it back to center. Dahl takes it. 15 seconds to go in the power play. Pass went behind Reed. He didn't see it. Seton's Cassidy comes back, but Luckin is there to break it up. Here comes Reed. 4 seconds to go in the power play. Reed moves around one man. Centering pass. There's Bebo. He put it just wide. Now Reed gets it back to Bebo. Spin around shot. Blocked. Sherman shot. Kick save by Bernard. Puck goes into the corner. And now Seton clears it out. And the Knights have a 2-on-1. Cassidy moves in with Wood. Wood in front. Saved. Oh, shot just wide. Wood shot just wide. Now Zuckerman loses it at center. It's controlled by Chad Sample. He dumps it in, it bounces into Dandro, makes the glove save, and leaves it for Sherman behind the net. Now near side pass for Luckin. Now Reed loses control, gets it back on a pass from Luckin. Crosses the blue line, drops it back, and winds up. Shot saved by Bernard. Rebound comes right out in front where it's cleared by the Knights. Wood tried to come out with it. Bebo broke that up. Zuckerman goes after it behind the net. There's Jeff Wood for Seton. Now it's Sample sending it behind the net for Juneau. Knights come out 3-on-2. Juneau drops it for Wood. Pass right there, and Dandro dives over to stop it. Peddleman was there, but Dandro robbed him. Now Seton has another 2-on-1. And it's broken up. Nice play by Dahl. Into the corner now. Juneau. Centering pass. You got a man in the crease. They got to bring this outside. One of the Seton players, Phil, had fallen in the crease. So they bring the face-offs outside, and we've got end-to-end non-stop action.
Exactly what we called before the game started. It's good.
The rebound comes out in front, but Dahl was able to clear it. Comes back to the point, shot saved by Dandro, and he covers up. Cassidy takes a poke at him after the whistle. Cassidy, one of the number of players that St. John's has brought onto their team, or Seton rather, has brought onto their team from outside the city area. Cassidy from Lake Placid. Plattsburgh dumps it in. Duquette goes after it for the Knights. He puts it on a Lattinville stick. Centering pass, but it was broken up by the Knights. Bucci keeps it in. Gets it to Rasko. He can't get off a shot as Duhamel was right there. The Knights come out 3-on-2. It comes to the near side for Campbell. Sherman gets to it first. Now Rasko passes it up to Bucci. Poke checked away from him by Gibo. Now Rasko gets it back. Winds up, shot, kick save Bernard. Rebound comes right out in front. Bouncing away. Sherman with a shot, went way wide. Lattinville gets to it for the Hornets. 9:10 to go in the period. Centering pass, no one there but Campbell. And here comes Cassidy. And they bring it in offside. 9 minutes, 2 seconds to go in the second. 2-1 Plattsburgh. You're watching Plattsburgh High School hockey on Hometown Cable. Draw controlled by Bebo of the Hornets. Passes it back to Dahl. Now back to Bebo at center. Crosses the blue line. Gets it to Reed. Reed with a shot. Glove save by Bernard. Nice save.
Beautiful save right there by Bernard, and that was also a nice 3-on-2 Plattsburgh high control out right there, and that was a nice shot by Eric Reed. Low, little snapshot.
Face-off comes to Bernard's right. Draw controlled by the Knights. Sample with it behind his own net. Passes it up to the far side for Juneau. Now to John Wood. He tried to find Pendleton, but it was in front of him. And Boutsiet comes back for Plattsburgh. Broken up there by Wood. Dahl sends it in off his own man. Now Juneau, centering pass for Wood. He couldn't control it. Puck goes into the far corner. Dahl goes after it, knocked down by Juneau. Boutsiet now, Plattsburgh with a 3-on-2. Reed crosses the blue line, shot saved, Bernard, rebound right in front. And the net has come off its moorings. They'll bring the face-off back to Bernard's left as the goalposts have come off its moorings. 8:04 rather, in the second period. 2-1, Plattsburgh leads it. We had a flurry of scoring early on. Seton took a 1-0 lead, 1:14 into the game, a power play goal. Cassidy scored from John Wood. Plattsburgh then went on the power play and scored just a minute, 39 seconds later. Bucci scored from Lattenville and Rasco. Then just 26 seconds later, Bucci scored from behind the net as it went in off Jean Bernard. Now the puck goes out of play. Luckin and Alex Carter getting the sticks up, but that is quickly broken up. Now the Knights dump it into the Plattsburgh zone. Paul Sherman goes after it. Now Luckin for the Hornets. Center ice, Duquette takes it for Seton. And it was sent into the Seton players bench. I think with the strong goaltending, Phil, that we've seen from Dandro throughout the year, this next goal is a key factor. Seton's got to have it. I don't think they can afford to be down 2 goals with Dandro in the net.
No way at all, Rick. Dandro's just been outstanding, and Seton's got to score the next goal. You're right. There's no doubt about it. One note I'd like to say, Rick, is even though we're halfway through the period, 5 minutes into the period, both teams had surpassed their shots on goal that they took in the first period.
7:19 to go in the second. We're at the Crate Center in Plattsburgh, New York for Hometown Cable Sports. Rick Knowles and Phil Hewitt on the call tonight. We also want to thank our cameraman, Rod Sherman, for his outstanding work throughout the Plattsburgh High School hockey season. Now Lattenville moving in for Plattsburgh. Gets off a shot, went wide. Dahl kicks it over to Bucci. Cassidy there to take it away from him. Cassidy's pass for Campbell was too far. Goes into the corner. Dingman gets to it first for Plattsburgh. He tries to clear, can't do it. Kept in at the point by Gibo. His shot deflected into the corner. Rasco gets it for Plattsburgh. Now to Bucci. Bucci tries to find Lattenville, but it was deflected. The puck bouncing around. Gibo controls it, puts it right on the Bucci stick. Now to the point for Dingman. Winds up, shot goes wide. Now Dahl bounces it in front, and they score! My goodness, that was Lattenville. Dahl took the weak shot, but it was weak enough for Jeff Lattenville to deflect it in the top corner, and it's 3-1 Plattsburgh.
Beautiful goal right there, Plattsburgh High School, and that's no fluke right there. Hockey teams practice tipping in shots such as that right there. It's no fluke whatsoever.
Lattenville gets the goal. Dahl will get an assist. And it's 3-1 Plattsburgh. Now Reed dumps it in for Plattsburgh. It comes out. Bootsy had tried to get to it first, but right there to break it up is Juneau of Seton. Now John Wood moves in. Gets it back now, and right there is Sherman to break it up. Now it comes out to the front, and Wood shot went wide. Now that's John Wood taking a shot that goes wide. Puck in the near corner, comes back to the point. Pendleton spins around. Dandro covers out and smothers it. Looked as though, Phil, the Plattsburgh got a bit bottled up in their own end there.
Yeah, that's the first time tonight. Plattsburgh High's gotten bottled up, and
5:50 remains in the second. 3-1, Plattsburgh leads it. And one is starting to wonder what John Coyer's headline in the Press Republican will be tomorrow. John, sports writer for the Press, also known as the Seton Catholic Sports Information Director.
I'm watching him. He's sitting over there right now drinking a big, large Coke, watching the game, taking it all in.
Now it goes for Wood. Taking it around out in front. Pendleton shot it wide. Now Juneau, his pass was broken up. Comes out to Reed. Reed's pass was behind Boutsiet, controlled by Pendleton. He dumps it in. Dandro comes out from the net to leave it for Lucken. Now behind the net, Wood. Centering pass there, Pendleton and Dandro with a big save. Five minutes, 8 seconds to go in the second period. 3-1 the score. Plattsburgh leads it. Looking for win number 10 in a row and 11 of the last 12. Off the draw, comes back to the point for Gibo. His shot went way wide. Picked up by Duquette. Sent around behind the net. Comes onto the stick of one of the Seton players. That was Wood in front. Now Carter came in offside. Plattsburgh leads it. 4:52. Face-off just outside the Plattsburgh blue line. Miller takes the draw against Todd Kupal. Controlled by the Knights, but they bring it in offside. Off the face-off, it set into the Plattsburgh zone. Mike all behind his own net. His pass was intercepted, but he gets it back. Tries to find Corey Lucas with it, but was behind him. Now in front of the net right there is Carter, but he couldn't get off a good shot. Plattsburgh has a penalty coming up. It'll be on Dahl. And Dahl will get the gate for cross-checking. There's nothing that Mike Dandro and his troops would like more here, Phil, than to get a power play goal and close this gap to within one goal in the closing stages of this second period.
If ever there were a chance so far this period, it's right now. Plattsburgh High has kind of gone on a little 2-minute sluggish session here, and Seton took it to him right there for the past 2 to 3 minutes. The puck has not come out of the Plattsburgh High School end. Now Plattsburgh High School's got a penalty. Good chance right here for Seton Catholic.
Now Rasco sends it down ice off the face-off. Campbell takes it for the Knights. Now Gibo for Seton. Gets it up to center for John Wood. Now to Cassidy. Drops it for Wood. He was knocked off the puck by Rasco. And he tries to clear, but Gibo's there to keep it in. Gets it back to Wood. Back to the point for Campbell. He winds up shot just wide. Cassidy tried to poke it home in front. Now Seton once again showing the patient attitude that they've developed on the power play. We've seen it in both games we've seen the Knights so far this season. Now the Knights will regroup. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Cassidy across the blue line. Takes it into the corner, around to the far side for John Wood. Wood drops it back to Campbell. Back to Wood. He passes it in behind the net for Cassidy. Jeff Wood parked in front of the net looking for the opening. Campbell can't get off a shot. As there to break it up is Lattenville. Campbell steals it from him. 10 seconds to go in the penalty to Dahl. Behind the net. Now up to the point for John Wood. His pass went behind number 18, Mickey Gibo, and Lattenville sends it down. That kills the Plattsburgh penalty. Both teams at full strength now. Good job at penalty killing from the Hornets. Now big save by Dandro off the stick of John Wood. Here comes Reed. Reed winds up, shot way wide. Bootsiet gets it for Plattsburgh. Centering pass to Reed, and he can't get off the shot. Now Reed spins around, centered it in front. It comes back to Bibo. He gets it to Bootsiet. Shot saved by Bernard. Jeff Wood takes a swipe at it, but can't clear. Now Seton controls. Pass up for Cassidy. Cassidy tries to move around Dahl. He does. Cassidy shot. Saved by Dandro. You're looking at the start of the game so far.
Definitely. I'm absolutely amazed at the saves that Rob Dandro has made tonight. And in a lot of the other games so far this year, he's just absolutely outstanding goaltender, Rick. What are his plans for college?
I don't know. Maybe he'll look for some playing time with Paul Duffy at Geneseo State, one of the top Division III college teams. Now it comes back to the point. Shot in, deflected in behind the net. Now Pendleton has it for the Knights. Comes back to the point for Chad Sample. He gets it back to Pendleton. Bootsiet dove to try to block it. Pendleton shot went wide. And oh my, how did he stop it? Duhamel had the whole net to put it in. And amazingly, Dandro stopped it.
There's that word again, amazing. He's just absolutely amazing so far at this point in the game.
I can't believe that save. Mercy. 1:45 to go in the second period. It's 3-1 Plattsburgh. And in the last few minutes, it's been the Rob Dandro show. Now Plattsburgh dumps it in. Bernard comes out of the net to leave it behind them for Duquette. Now Gibo for Seton. Far side pass. Here comes John Wood on a break. He moves in. Shot, score! And the Seton crowd comes alive. This goal comes 34. And Plattsburgh is going to have to definitely regroup here because for the last 5 minutes, Seton has had glorious scoring opportunities, and it was only a matter of time before they took advantage of one of them.
Yeah, Seton came out. They set that play right up perfect. Dandro really didn't have a chance at all. When you're one-on-one, you know, the player shooting against the goalie has definitely got the odds-on chance of scoring a goal. It was a nice shot there by Wood, too.
Now Bucci's shot is blocked in front. 1:10 to go in the second period. Now the puck gets centered. Dingman has problems playing it. Wood steals it from him. Look out. Wood moves it. Dandro save, rebound. They score! As the Plattsburgh defense has just fallen completely apart in the last few minutes. Where are they?
Well, Rick, I hope they're not out to lunch. Let's put it that way right now. They are falling apart. There's only 1 minute left in the period. We've got a tie game. For that, right now, Plattsburgh's just got to get out of this period. Let Don Pomeroy calm them down. They can calm themselves down. They're just a little uptight again. And we got one more period to go.
Now here comes Seton again. Campbell and Dandro with a beautiful save. Seconds to go in the period, and this is going to be the longest 47 seconds for Plattsburgh High School of the season. As in the last 5 minutes, the defense has gone into tank. And assistant coach Rob Knowles is screaming at the officials. Now here comes Reed for Plattsburgh. Tried to find Bootsy at 40 seconds to go. Bebo stops it, he's got a break. Bebo moves in, shot, and goal, resave, rebound. Bernard with a save off Bebo. Now here comes Cassidy. 15 seconds to go. Drops it to the point. Gibo shot, save Dandro, the puck sitting in front of the net. Where is it? Dandro sticks out the mitt and covers it up. "11 seconds to go. And the Seton fans are blowing whistles on the far side, and they've just announced for them to kindly stop. "11 seconds to go. 3-3 in the score. And the face-off will be to Dandro's right. Face-off controlled by the Hornets. They send it out to center. 5 seconds to go. Puck sent in behind the net. Picked up by Dingman. He winds up, takes a shot off. And that is the buzzer. So we've got the opposite, Phil, of what we had at the end of the first period. All the emotion was on Plattsburgh's side going in. Now Plattsburgh blows a 3-1 lead in a span of about 30 seconds, and all the emotion has got to be riding high with Seton.
Yes, as we said after the first period, Rick, I'm going to say it again after this period, I would like to be in either locker room to listen to what the coach's speech is going to be.
Well, we predicted before the game that it would be a 3-3 tie in overtime. We've got our 3-3, but unfortunately it's only after 2. Let's recap the scoring for you. Seton scored first to start out the game. 1 minute, 14 seconds into the period. Chad Cassidy scored with an assist from John Wood. Plattsburgh tied it on the power play. 2:53 into the period. Marco Bucci got his first of 2 of the game so far from Lattonville and Rasco. Then just 22 seconds later, Plattsburgh scored again. Bucci unassisted as he took the corner and went off John Bernard's skate and behind him. It was 2-1 Plattsburgh after 1. Up and down action for most of the second period. Plattsburgh scored at 8:31. Lattonville with a tip in off a shot from Dahl to make it 3-1. But in the last 3 or 4 minutes of the second period, Seton came alive and Plattsburgh's defense struggled. John Wood scored at 12:34 with an assist from Gibo. Then Pendleton scored at 14 minutes with assist from Juno and John Wood. And all
This is almost like it's the championship for the, I believe this.
There's no doubt we're going to be in store for this. After 2, it's Plattsburgh 3 and Seton 3. You're watching Plattsburgh High School hockey on Hometown Cable. Now as we get probably the key factor in this game now will be the first couple minutes of the period.
You're absolutely correct, Rick. First couple minutes. I still think we have a few punches left both teams have to throw, but time will tell.
You don't mean that literally, do you?
No. Goal scoring wise.
"15 minutes to go, and it's 3-3. And in high school hockey, yes, they do play overtime. And if it's not decided after one period of overtime, it's a tie. Off the face-off, it comes into the Seton zone, and then Plattsburgh comes in offside. So we have a quick whistle. Now Bebo sends it in. It goes off the mask of Pendleton. Seton clears it back out. Plattsburgh has come out hitting in this period. Now look out, here comes Seton, offside on the play. Wood was in too soon, and Juneau brought it in offside. It seems, or it would seem as though the way this game has gone with the ups and downs, Plattsburgh on a roll and Seton on a roll till the end of the period, that, well, we'll pick this up after. It's sent into the Seton zone. Or the Plattsburgh zone, rather. Reed has it for the Hornets. He gets it up to center. Has Boutier on his left. Reed moves in, can't get it to him, as it was blocked nicely by Gibo. Now Reed to Boutier. Oh, he just shot it wide. Luckin tried to keep it in, but he was bowled over by Juneau. Luckin spins around, tried to send it in, went backwards. And Sherman gets it. Passes to Luckin. Now to center, there to dump it in is Duquette of the Knights. 13:50 to go in the third. Now stealing it is Campbell. Look out, Campbell. Shot, kick, save by Dandro. Now into the corner, Rasko for Plattsburgh. Sherman there to help out. Duhamel for the Knights. And it's sent down ice by the Hornets. Going after it is Jeff Wood. Covering it on the play is Bernard. Wood was taken hard into the boards by Lattenville, and Wood is down. Now Wood managed to recoup and go off under his own power. As I was going to say earlier for Phil, I think it's going to be key to get the first goal here because there may only be one goal.
There might be only one goal, Rick, but I'm almost ready to anticipate 2 or 3 more. There's 13 minutes left in the period. Both teams are still getting the scoring opportunities. I think we're going to see a couple more goals.
Now Bucci with a pass that goes wide. Now lost in front of the net. Rasko gets it for Plattsburgh. Sent around, off the boards. Lattenville backhand shot went wide. Bucci sends it around behind the net. Lattenville gets to it, comes back to the point. Dingman with a shot. Puck bounces out in front, and a tricky bounce off the crate center boards here, and Bernard pounces on it. He's been burned once already from behind the net, and it nearly happened a second time. And John Coyer's having so much fun over there behind the Seton bench. He's got his hands in his pockets, and he doesn't know what to do. I don't think we've seen a high school hockey game in Plattsburgh this exciting in quite some time.
this is definitely one of the most exciting hockey games, and I'm looking at John right now, trying to figure out, what's he doing over there? Does he know what he's doing over there?
I don't know. We'll find out in tomorrow's paper. Now the puck comes out to center. Sherman dumps it back in. Plattsburgh clears. Behind the net, Chad Sample for Seton. Puts it right under the stick. Shot saved by Bernard. Rebound, and Bernard pounces on it. Terrible pass from the Seton defenseman. Sample went right under Ryan Miller's stick, and Miller robbed by Bernard. And the last thing you want to have is a goal scored against you on a giveaway like that.
Yeah, as I'm watching this, Rick, this is just the opposite from the end of the second period. Now you've got Plattsburgh High all over Seton. Seton's lost at this time. I don't know. What do you think of this, Rick?
Time will tell. I don't think this game is anywhere near from being over. Now Wood behind the Plattsburgh net. Still in control. It comes back to the point. Wind up, shot, blocked in front. Puck goes on a wicked bounce off the boards onto Luckin's stick. He passes it to Bebo. Bebo gives it away to Wood. Look out. Wood is hauled down by Luckin. Puck taken behind the net. Seton tries to center it in front, but Bebo broke it up. Now Bootsiat tries to clear for Plattsburgh. He can't. Pendleton's shot went through the crease. Reed couldn't get to it first. Wood was there. Now spin around shot, saved by Dandro, and he'll cover up. Unfortunately, Phil, I think what you're going to see in this game is that it will be decided by a giveaway. Someone's going to make a mistake, and the other team will take advantage of it.
Yes, I have to agree right there with you, Rick. It's going to happen. There's no doubt about it. This game, even though I may have predicted it and you may have predicted it, will not end in a tie.
Now, you spoke earlier about what Mike Dandro might have said to his team. You've been in Don Pomeroy's locker room. What would he have said at the end of that second period?
Oh, I'm sure Don told him. I'm sure Don told him that they've got to just relax and play their game. Keep the firepower going, go right at Seton. That's all they can do.
Now Cassidy picked up the puck. He centers it in front of Seton. Man was leveled by Dingman, but there was no call. Could have been a cross-check there on Dingman. Now Bucci tries to come in for Plattsburgh, but he got tied up. The Knights come back. Campbell with it. His shot goes out of play. 11 minutes, 10 seconds to go, as now we start to say regulation time. Face-off just inside the Plattsburgh blue line. Duhamel to take the draw against Lattonville. It's controlled by the Knights. Cassidy winds up with a shot that goes into the corner. Now Rasko for the Hornets. Passed it up for Bucci, but he couldn't control the pass. Now clearing it back out the center was Wood. Dahl dumps it in. Plattsburgh clears the zone. Giveaway right in front, but Rasko couldn't get to it in time. Dingman winds up. Shot blocked in front. Here come the Knights. 3-on-2 for Seton, but Cassidy couldn't control the pass. Goes into the corner for Dahl. Rasko loses it in front, but fortunately Dingman was there. One thing we're seeing from Seton now, Phil, is a lot of quick line changes.
Yeah, it's a very smart move on Mike Dandro's part. These guys are going to have a lot of wind right at the end of the game, and they're going to need it most. I'm also seeing some quick changes on Don Pomeroy's Hornets, too. It's both good coaching strategy by both coaches.
Now the Knights bring it up. Mickey Gibo passed it up for Greg King. King knocked off the puck by Dingman. Bootsiat rushes to get to it for Plattsburgh. He's bothered on the play by Duquette. They tie it up. Bootsiat falls down. Dingman comes in to help out. Now Bootsiat gets it back, gives it away to Gibo. His shot goes wide. Now Duquette tries to keep it in. He does. Centering pass. Shot from Carter went wide. Seton all over Plattsburgh now, but here come the Hornets. 3-on-1. Bootsiat has Reed on his left. Oh, nice defensive. Penalty coming up on number 17, Darren Bebo, with a cross check. Was that more of a case, Phil, of a good defensive play from John Duquette or a weak pass from Butsiak?
I would have to say it's a little bit of both. It was a very nice defensive play right there from Duquette. Fundamentally, the pass should have been snapped just above the ice over the guy's stick. The guy would have had a breakaway right in there. Nice shot. And also, I'd like to comment, that was not, at this time in the game, 9 minutes, 19 seconds left, a good penalty that the Hornets just took. Not a good penalty at all.
Bebo, a former Seton player, one of the Plattsburgh players who probably wanted to win this game the most. Still a lot of time, and we're tied at 3, but the Knights are on the power play. And here comes Jeff Wood. Drops it to the point for Campbell. Now inside, shot saved. Dandro, rebound in front for Wood. And there to clear is Bucci. 1 minute to go in the power play. Scott Campbell will start out behind his own net. He's been the big gun all season long for the Knights. Now Gibo moves in over the blue line. Gets it back for Wood. Now to Cassidy. Cassidy spins around Dahl. It comes back to John Wood. Now to the point for Campbell. His pass was broken up. Dahl will try to clear, and Dahl finally manages to get it out. 30 seconds to go. Lattenville passes it for Reed. It went off his stick. Lattenville gets it back. And it's sent into the Seton zone, picked up by Mickey Gibo. 15 seconds to go in the Seton power play. Reed comes in to try to keep it in. He can't do it. 8 seconds to go for the Knights. Here comes Cassidy now, crossing the blue line. Into the face-off circle, drops it back. Reed was there for Plattsburgh. Now the Hornets give it away in front of the net. Here comes Sherman. Plattsburgh makes the change, gets onto the ice, Zuckerman. And he's there just in time to take it away from Campbell, who was trying to take off a shot. And another penalty coming up on the Hornets. And Lucken will go for tripping. I don't think there's any doubt, Phil, that he definitely hauled him down.
No doubt at all, Rick. They can't keep this up. There's only 7.5 minutes left in the game. They're going to take themselves right out of the game. They got to just be relaxed, go out, and play. No penalties at all now.
Now down below us, Don Pomeroy is all over the official. Now he returns behind the bench. .7:34 to go. The game is tied at 3. Seton now on another power play. Shot went just wide. Comes to the near side. Now Bucci intercepts it and sends it down ice. Bernard comes out to play it up. He sends it up to the blue line. Bucci manages to keep it in. Here comes Seton, 3-on-2, but Dingman breaks it up. Now John Duquette dumps it in. Dahl gets to it for Plattsburgh. He's hauled down. Penalty coming up on the Knights. The Seton fans are going crazy, but they don't realize their man's getting a penalty.
Charging penalty right there. Number 22, Matt Juno. Boy, I'll tell you, Rick, it's getting a little dirty out there. The fans are going crazy down here, both sides. You got St. John's going nuts. You got Plattsburgh High going crazy. What fan support?
And you got announcers ready to lose their voice. 7:02 to go. 3-3 the score. It'll be 4-on-4 now for 58 seconds. And the Hornets will have a man advantage for 32. I think with the open ice, it might be an advantage for Seton. Here comes Wood to Campbell. Oh, Dandro! Oh, my! Rob Campbell, who was alone in front. Wood gets it back. Drops it to the point. Wind up. Shot went wide. Sherman can't clear it. It goes to Campbell. His shot goes wide. Now Seton tries to clear it. Reed gets it. 2-on-1 for Plattsburgh. Reed and B. Glove saved by Bernard. Six minutes, 34 seconds. How much more of this can we take? Face-off comes to Bernard's left. A look out, Cassidy tries to get around Sherman, and offside on the play is Wood. And we get the whistle. 54 seconds remain in the penalty to Juneau. 22 seconds in Luckin's penalty. If this remains tied, we will go to overtime. Sherman dumps it in, and it'll be icing. So they'll bring it down to the Plattsburgh zone to Robbie Dandreau's left. Lattonville takes the draw for the Hornets. Wood took it for Seton. He gains control behind the net. Top of the face-off circle, spins around. He's covered by Bucci. Into the corner, now back to the point for Duquette. Far side, winding up as a shot. And then stopped by Dandreau. Rebound in front, just over the net. Now the Hornets on the power play. Cassidy with it. He loses it. Lattonville tries to come out for Plattsburgh. Open on the left is Rasko. Here he comes, moving in. Rasko shot. Saved by Bernard. Rebound, and it's blocked. And here comes Cassidy. Oh, Cassidy is just leveled by Dingman. And they got a penalty coming up on Seton. They call icing. And Pendleton gets the gate for tripping, and the Hornets will have another power play.
I'll tell you what set that up right there was a beautiful hit by Bryce Digman. He leveled that player for Seton Catholic. Then you had the retaliatory penalty come right back at you right there. That won't help. We got 5 minutes, 33 seconds left in the third period, Rick.
And this 5:33 will no doubt seem like an eternity. Face-off is just outside the Plattsburgh blue line. Hornets on the power play. Now Sherman for Plattsburgh. Passes it up to Buccia. Hornets bring it in. Buccia, now drops it back for Reed. Seton stick into the corner. Buccia tries to bring Cassidy. Now Juneau for Seton dumps it into the Plattsburgh zone. 40 seconds to go in the power play. 4:40 in the period. Now Reed coming in for Plattsburgh. The top of the face-off circle. Reed with it, leaves it for Luckin. He winds up with a shot that's blocked in front. Rebound controlled by the Knights and sent out the center. Look out, Plattsburgh's going to have to move quickly. Luckin gets to it but puts it onto the stick of Juneau. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Now Cassidy lost control and Plattsburgh comes back. 4 seconds to go. Buccia crosses the blue line. He'll dump it in as Plattsburgh wants a line change. Now Pendleton behind the net. One of the Seton men falls down. Bebo can't center it in front. And the Knights come back. Well, look out, here comes Cassidy. Dandro comes out to send it away, but he puts it onto Juno's stick. Now Cassidy with it. Moving in front, can't get off a shot. Here comes Dahl for Plattsburgh. 4-on-2. Dahl dumps it in. Puck bounces out in front. Bernard leaves it there. Dahl goes after it with Campbell. And now look out, here come the Knights. This is Paul Pendleton. Winds up, shot, goes high and wide. Now Dahl is bowled over by Pendleton. Dahl loses it to Campbell. Pendleton, centering pass, broken up in front by Lattenville. There's Campbell in front. Now the puck bounces around, and Dahl is content to just send it out to center. 3 minutes to go. Here comes Bucci for Plattsburgh, leaving it for Rasko. He winds up with a shot off the mask. Now it comes back to Rasko. He moves in front. Shot is blocked. Puck goes into the corner. Bucci can't do anything with it. To the point for Lucken. His shot. Whoa. And it comes out to center, and Paul Pendleton, under 3 minutes now. Pendleton looks for Wood in front. Now hauled down on the play was Campbell, but there's no call. The Seton fans are furious. Plattsburgh comes out 3-on-2, and Rasko is in offside. 2 minutes, 27 seconds to go. It's still 3-3. And you're watching, folks, a classic. There hasn't been a game this competitive between Seton and Plattsburgh in probably 7 or 8 years. Now it's dumped into the Seton zone. They try to clear. Bucci will get to it first. He leaves it for Reed. Now Reed with a shot that's blocked. Cow. Face off to Bernard's left. Bebo takes the draw. It comes out in front. Controlled by the Knights. The guy you're going to have to watch out for Seton is Campbell. He's their big gun. He loses it to Bucci. Centering pass. Bucciette, rather. Back to the point. Lucken keeps it in. Winds up. Shot blocked. Here comes Seton. Under 2 minutes to go. Seton dumps it in, and we still hear whistles coming from the Seton side. Sherman is run into behind the net by Jeff Wood. Lucken has it for Seton. He sends it down ice, and icing will be called on Plattsburgh. Last thing Plattsburgh wanted, and you can see the coaches shaking their heads down below us, is an 1:23 to go. So I've been involved in some pretty close broadcasts. I've done NCAA Division III college hockey championships for Minnesota, state hockey games for St. John's down in Glens Falls and Utica. This by far takes the cake of everything.
This is definitely one of the best high school hockey games, Rick, I've seen in a few years. Living down in the Albany area, I had a chance to watch Albany Academy Shenandoah grow and play. But this tops it all right here. One of the better games that I've seen in a few years.
Now Dahl dumps it out for Plattsburgh. 1:15 to go. Comes back into the Plattsburgh zone. Dahl plays it up for Rasko. He gets around one man. Rasko moves in, tries to control it, waits, throws it in front of the net, comes back to the point for Dahl. He passes it to Dingman on the near side. Dingman got tied up and couldn't get off a good shot. Juno passes it to Wood. Wood with a shot. Save Dandro. Rebound in front. Cleared by Plattsburgh. Dingman comes out. 40 seconds to go. Rasko fell. Now John Wood for Seton. Passes it up. Taken by Paul Pendleton. 25 seconds. Pendleton shot. Saved Dandro. Rebound comes back to Pendleton. He takes it around, tries to poke it in. Dandro covers it with 21 seconds to go in regulation time. Face off to Dandro's left. Bebo takes the draw against Jeff Wood. Draw controlled by the Knights. Campbell tried to center it. 15 seconds. It's kept in at the point by Gibo. Now here comes Reed for Plattsburgh with 10 seconds. Reed boots it on his left, winds up, shot goes out of play, and we get a whistle with 6 seconds to go. And Reed chose to take the shot instead of pass it over to Bootsiet. Was it a mistake, Phil?
Hard to call. There it was almost a 2-on-2. I can't really make a decision on that. It was a good play by Reed. Of course, the guy blocked the shot. He could have attempted to pass it, but that guy might have not had the shot either. I won't make a call on that one. That was 50-50.
6 seconds to go. Face off to the right of Bernard. We got a matchup of the face-off we had down in the Plattsburgh zone a few seconds ago. Now controlled by Reed. He winds up with a shot that is deflected wide. The goaltender gets plowed over. Luckin can't get off a shot, and we are going to overtime. And where did I hear that it was going to be a overtime game?
You called it, Rick, right in the pregame show. You said 3-3 going to overtime. You also said it's going to end 3-3, which will not make these fans too happy, even though we're seeing a heck of a good game. We want to see a winner out of this, whether it's Seton or Plattsburgh High.
Well, we'll have a 3-minute break coming up. No scoring in that third period. And the Plattsburgh troops huddled around Pomeroy, around Mike Dandro. You've been in this situation. You've been in with teams that have gone to overtime. What do you tell your troops now going to overtime?
Well, they want to put the pressure on either team. They've got to have the pressure on the goalie. The guys have to stick together. No one man can want to be the star or the stick out in the overtime. They've got to stick together, get the shots off, and the goal will happen whether which team
scores, or no one will score, and it'll tie at 3. I really think, Phil, this is going to boil down to the team that is probably the least tired. I think it was pretty even play in that period. If you had to give an edge, you could probably give the edge to Plattsburgh.
I'll tell you what, Rick. So far, over 3 complete periods of this game, I don't think either team has had any real negative points to look at. Everything's positive for both teams. They're playing outstanding hockey. I just can't see any negative aspects of the game for either team right now.
3-3 headed to overtime. The Hornets and the Knights. Plattsburgh looking to make it win number 10 in a row and 11 of the last 12, while the Knights trying to avoid their 5th straight loss. Now, should this game end in a tie, Phil, can Plattsburgh, having not beaten Seton in such a long time, look at this as a moral victory?
Absolutely not. I think they'd be disappointed. If they don't win the game, they're going to be disappointed. A tie, yes, it's a point in the standings, but for Plattsburgh High, they've got to win. They win, it's very big. If they tie, they're not going to be happy with themselves, even though they're playing an outstanding hockey game.
What about for the Knights' point of view?
I'd have to say the same thing. They're not going to be happy. Neither team's going to be happy with a tie. Not after this hockey game. It'll seem like they've played 45 minutes of regulation and 5 minutes of overtime to end up with a tie. I wouldn't be happy with that.
Well, we do have a great crowd on hand tonight, and they definitely have been treated to a classic, one way or the other, no matter who wins this game.
That's for sure. This is a heck of a hockey game. One thing I'd like to point out that I don't think any of the players like is the 3 minutes they're having to rest, if you want to call it, stretch, take a break in between periods to regroup. It's too long. They just want to get out there and play, get it over with.
Well, they'll start now as the 3 minutes are up. The fans are standing. The players are standing, at least those of them who aren't dead tired. Five minutes. We'll decide it. If we're tied after the 5, we'll stay tied. Now off the face-off. It's controlled by the Knights. Set in. Taken by Wood. Backhand shot. Glove save by Dandro. He drops it. Puck goes behind the net. Wood has it for Seton to Pendleton. Oh, and he shot it wide. Now to the point for Gibo. He loses it. Luckin sends it up to Rasko. Sean Rasko for Plattsburgh. And offside on the play was Bucci. That was close.
I wouldn't want to be a ref on a call like that in overtime at this point right now. That was too close.
Speaking of the officials, what do you think? Will we see a penalty here?
No. I would say no. They've got to let the game go now. There's only 4 minutes and 33 seconds left in the overtime session. They got to let the boys play.
Now the Knights bring it in. Juno with it. Gets around the defenseman Luckin. Takes it behind the net. Centering pass. Luckin's there to break it up. Now Rasko for Plattsburgh. 4 minutes to go. Pass is too far for Lattonville. Bucci gets it now for the Hornets. Takes it into the corner. Tries to find the man in front. Brings it to the face-off circle. Passes it for Rasko and he didn't see it. Now Lattonville spins around. Shot is blocked and goes behind the net. Sherman rushes to keep it in. Puck bounces in front. No one from Plattsburgh saw it. Now Seton sends it up to center. Luckin takes it for Plattsburgh. Rasko couldn't dump it in. As John Wood does, we got Rasko being mauled in front of the Plattsburgh bench by John Ducat. Now Lattonville at center ice dumps it in. Taken by Seton, sent back out to center. Luckin passes it over to Reed. Reed winds up. His shot goes away wide. Right to Bucciet, though. Now Bebo behind the net for Reed. Centering pass. Bucciet was there, but couldn't get off a shot. Cassidy comes back for Seton. Dumps it in. Dandro comes out of the net. Leaves it behind for Dahl. Two Seton players on Dahl, and Mike comes out with it. Now Reed. Moves around one man. Moving in. Reed shot. Save Bernard. Mercy. Now Bucciet loses it, and the Knights come out with it. Campbell gets around one man. Look out. His shot went wide. 2:40 to go. Behind that, Dandro. Nice play to come out with a stick. To poke it away. Plattsburgh sends it down. Gibo goes after it for Seton. Seton sends it in, and icing will be called. Bad play by Campbell. All he had to do was take one more step, and it's not icing. Instead, he shot it from behind the red line.
That's for sure. Now we got to face off deep inside the Seton Catholics territory. I'll tell you, Rick, if I thought it was going to happen, I thought it was going to be within the last minute. You had Campbell out there, Reed out there, Bebo. You had the big guns out there, and there were the big opportunities right there. Now it's anybody's game. 2 minutes, 16 seconds left.
That might be the understatement of the year. Now Bucci, centering pass goes off a Seton stick. Luckin keeps it in. Now Rasko goes after it. Rasko moving in. Gets off a shot. No! Rebound comes back to Lattonville. He can't get off a shot. Look out. Here come the Knights. Pendleton with Juno. Luckin falls down. Pendleton moving it, and Lattenville breaks it up. Now here comes Bucci. Bucci on a break, moving in, score! Bucci scores! And the Hornets win it! The Hornets win it! As Bucci scored on a breakaway! And the place is going crazy! They're going crazy! The Hornets have beaten the Knights 4-3! Holy cow! It's a mob scene in front of the Seton bench! Look at the fans going nuts down to our left! At 3 minutes and 18 seconds of overtime, Marco Bucci scores what is no doubt the biggest goal of his career, Phil.
To be perfectly honest with you, right now I'm at a loss for words. I'm astonished. This is the best hockey game I've seen in years. Plattsburgh High came out victorious. It was funny if you saw right at the end, as soon as the puck went in the net, Don Pomeroy was on the ice, jumping. Happy as he can be. Now he's going over to shake hands with coaches of Seton Catholic. Heck of a game. The Plattsburgh High School boys should be very proud. Seton got to hold their heads high. These two may clash again in the playoffs, and boy, I'll tell you, if it happens, Rick, what are we in for?
I don't know what we'd be in for, but there's no way they could top this game.
I have to agree with that. No way.
We have mass hysteria going on below us as the players are headed to the locker room. As we have seen a classic. Let's recap the scoring for you. Seton took a 1-0 lead early on in the game, just a minute 14 in. Chad Cassidy scored from John Wood. That was on the power play. Plattsburgh tied it 2:53 in as Marco Bucci got his first of 3 from Lattenville and Rasco. And just 26 seconds later, Bucci scored again from behind the net. He had a centering pass that went off Bernard's skate behind him, and it was 2-1 Plattsburgh after 1. Second period, Plattsburgh made it 3-1 as Lattenville scored off a shot from Dahl at 8:31, and after that, Phil, it looked as though Plattsburgh was in command and we were going to have a Plattsburgh somewhat of a runaway. Then the Plattsburgh defense had a bit of a relapse. For about a 3-minute span to close out the second period, Seton was all over Plattsburgh. At 12:34, John Wood scored from Mickey Gibo to make it 3-2. Then a minute 16 seconds later, Paul Pendleton scored from Wood and Juneau to tie it up. And for Plattsburgh, they were happy that goal came with only a minute to go because they definitely had a letdown in the closing minutes. Third period was end-to-end action, both teams playing cautious, and we had no scoring. Then we went to overtime. Back and forth action. Seton had a couple chances. Andro came up big. I think it was either Reed or Boutsiet who had a shot. John Bernard came up big. But 3:18 into the overtime. Marco Bucci gets his third goal of the night. And the Hornets win it 4-3. What more can you say, Phil?
It was an absolutely, excuse me, I'm still lost for words here, an outstanding game. I'm happy I saw it, and I'm sure everybody else in this hockey arena was too.
We're certainly glad that we had the opportunity to bring it to you right here on Hometown Cable. That's going to wrap up our coverage from the Crate Memorial Civic Center. We want to thank our cameraman, Rod Sherman, for an outstanding job on tonight's game. Thank my colorman, Phil Hewitt, for his outstanding performance as well. Once again, the final score. The Seton Knights 3, the Plattsburgh High School Hornets 4. Plattsburgh wins it in overtime as Marco Bucci scores with 1:42 to go. For everyone at Hometown Cable, I'm Rick Knowles. Have a good night, everybody.